What's up, Cancer gang? Happy 2020, Happy New Year. So happy to have all the Cancers up in the house with me today. We are going to do your January tarot readings, general tarot readings this time. For the month of January 2020 is the rough timeline. As always, general messages here on YouTube means not everything I say will resonate with all the Cancers out there. So that means that you guys are going to have to come into this video with an open heart and an open mind, and ultimately it's up to you to discern the messages that you're going to take away. Those should be messages that you feel are for your best and highest good. Anything that doesn't fit your circumstance or scenario, you can drop it like it's hot. That means it's probably a message for someone else. But that being said, give it a few hours, a few days, a few weeks. Ooh, I like that. Sometimes messages will resonate for you, not just here and now in this very moment, but later down the line. So be open to receiving them then. If something clicks or resonates, congratulations, it was your message. Mad love for the Cancer gang out there. You guys always come through for me. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, all are welcome, including the cross watchers. Cancer, you played a pretty prominent role in a couple readings I've done. I want to say definitely Leo. That was a heavy reading, and there was another one, but it escapes me right now. If I think of it, I'll let you know. But anyway, yeah, hope this video finds you well. Everything about it is going to be written in the description box below, including the decks I'm using, as well as my social media. Check me out on the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. As always, I ask that you like, share, subscribe wherever you can. That helps me and these videos a whole lot. It gets them out to those who need to see them. All right, so some of you are moving away from a fire sign, or potentially towards a fire sign, depending on how we look at it. How is it on my board? Yeah, actually, some of you might be moving towards a fire sign. King of Wands doesn't have to be a masculine energy, but with predominant fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Also, you could be becoming like a career boss, moving towards the career of your dreams where you're the power player, you're the heavy hitter. I just heard like making it rain on sales. I don't know if some of you are involved in, yeah, like really like high price sales or something like that. But yeah, that's what some of you are headed towards. Moving away from something that caused you conflict or worry or was just chaos. Being among groups who are argumentative or like to play head games or tricks. That could be in relationships. That could also be in a workplace scenario. But yeah, actually what you're moving towards is powerful. And if it's not you becoming the King of Wands, which it might be, some of you may be Cancer, Leo, cuspers. Again, Leo and Cancer, you guys have, there's something going on with that. Anyway, if it's not you becoming this king of the jungle, so to say, male or female, it may end up that a fire sign plays a very predominant role in your life in like the coming, I was gonna say the coming chapters, maybe some of you are writing a book, but in the coming weeks and the coming months, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this is a card of Aquarius, if that means anything to anyone. All right, let's hop into your actual reading. So your energy is presenting as Two of Pentacles. This wanted to be seen instantly. It flew up upright. So some sort of decision, a tangible decision in the 3D, this or that, this person or that person, this job or that job, this object or that object, this home or that home. Do you understand what I'm saying? Real things you can pick up and touch. There's some sort of choice. It can sometimes have to do with finances or the body. But for some of you, it may have to do with your career. Crossing that is the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so double earth energy. We are in Capricorn season, so I like seeing that. You're doing some practical thinking. You're taking the necessary steps to progress and grow the seed. Maybe two seeds. Maybe some of you are having twins. I don't think that's going to be for most of you, but it's possible. All right, so let's see. So with Knight of Pentacles, it's the slowest moving knight in the deck. So some of you are taking an approach that feels like it's not moving fast enough, but it's almost, you know, like you have to have faith that because you are doing the work, and you are, because you're doing the work and putting in the time, something about this will come to fruition, but it's not going to be at a speed that you necessarily like. And that might be what this is. It's almost like you're wanting to move on quicker, like your mind is working faster than the actual product is, or the actual, it could be a relationship, I suppose, maybe with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There's part of you that just wants to move away from this because you think it, you think it can be done in a faster manner. I would caution you. This is sometimes the liar, cheater, thief card, but what I'm getting at here, it's not so much that. It has to do with doing it in a fly-by-night operation. a shady way, or you're just trying to speed up the process, but you're not thinking clearly. It's like, take the money and run. Like, we can do this faster. Like, follow me, guys. But you're not looking where you're going. Do you understand what I'm saying? So by abandoning this project or this relationship because it's not moving at the speed at which you want it to grow and develop, first of all, he's not even on his horse. So there's something you could be doing to speed up the process that isn't abandoning it entirely. Yes, some of you are tempted to like jump ship, no pun intended, because you think there's a faster means or faster way to get it done. I would be cautious there, because what you have coming in, holy cannoli, is, oh my God, I could keep going. All right, focus, Annie. What you have coming in is amazing, but this takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. This endeavor, you're starting it at the Two of Pentacles. You're building it from the ground up, right? This may be an independent business, an entrepreneur type thing where it's all falling on you. And so, you know, obviously it is going to take time. If you're building it yourself, maybe you're looking at bringing on an extra person to help divvy up the work or delegate the work, etc. Over time, this will be successful, but make sure you're thinking clearly in the decisions you're making, that you're not trying to speed up the process, because ultimately, yeah, it comes down to important choices. Wow, you have amazing cards. I want to keep going there, but I kind of have to stick to the narrative here. This indicates success, money, pentacles, legacy, strength, growth, like well-established roots over time. The 10 is the end of the cycle, right? So well into your old age, right? This is something you could potentially capitalize on if you're loyal to the process. Something about the process, I don't know why I do know why. Because Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. There's a reason why this is going at a pace that it is. And I think it has to do with breaking you in slowly. And you wouldn't, if you're relating to this and it's your business, it has to do with not burning out too quickly. If you got all the clients and all the customers immediately, you'd run out of gas, you'd run out of fuel, you wouldn't be able to continue on that type of pattern or that type of work schedule or whatever. Yeah, I just keep hearing breaking in slowly. This will succeed. It will go from 2 to many to potentially, you know, potentially your dreams coming true, or something profitable, something that adds value to your life, right? But yeah, there's a need to not rush it. There's a need to follow your intuition. This is you, Cancer. Go at the pace that you're able to go at. This, I mean, you are driving the chariot and this is your card. I love it when your card pops up in your reading. But yeah, it's like your intuition is right. Follow your intuition. This doesn't feel right to me. The need to want to throw in the towel, to abandon it, to jump ship, maybe that's leaving an old job in order to pursue this. Maybe you're not quite financially able to do that yet. Gosh, I actually relate to that a little bit now that I'm thinking about it. But there's a reason why. I'm just sort of getting, you're being asked to really examine your thoughts. Make sure you're acting, make sure you're building, make sure you're growing out of ideas that are based in truth and clarity. And that's not what this is. Like, again, he's not looking where he's going. Make sure you look where you're going. Follow your intuition, balance your dark and light energies. There's going to be days you want to quit, and then there's going to be days you're like, oh my God, I love this. This is my destiny. This is my purpose. Make sure you balance the two, because getting those two sphinxes to work in unison and harmony is what's going to drive you forward. That's what's going to make this relationship work. That's what's going to make this business endeavor take off. And then Queen of Pentacles, yeah, it's a seed you're going to nurture over time. Very much maternal energy. And it is a card of Capricorn. I'm recording this in Capricorn season. So this is a timestamp maybe that there may be a desire to flee in Capricorn season. And I hate to use the word don't, but I kind of am. It's your life. It's your destiny. Again, you are the charioteer. You are driving your fate and your destiny. But something about there's going to be an urge to want to speed this up in Capricorn season. And again, look where you're going, okay? I'm going to leave it at that. You do also have the Lovers. Oh, wow, and the Wish Fulfillment card. Yeah, you got good stuff coming in. So if you're looking for romantic partnership, maybe this is going at a pace that's going to allow you to like cross paths with someone at just the right time. But again, that's not going to happen immediately. You have so much earth energy here. This to me is like, give it time, Cancer. Be patient, right? Don't what is that expression? Don't accelerate at the yellow light. And it's literally yellow, right? When you're trying to make it through the stoplight and you're like, oh, I think I can do it. And you slam on the gas. Yeah, you're going to get pulled over by the cops, especially in Capricorn season. That's all about karma and enforcement and lessons. Play by the rules. Oh, thank you, Spirit. That is such a good metaphor. Make sure you're playing by the rules, right? Do it in a higher vibration. Whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever your wish fulfillment is. Maybe it's relationships, or maybe it's a choice of your dream career, your dream, I don't know, fill in the blank, your dream home, your dream whatever. Yeah, make sure you're making decisions with clarity and being true to your heart. Think of like the original inception of the idea of what got you excited about this, because yeah, it's like going back to, not the drawing board, but going back to the seed, the germination of where this potential idea for joy, this avenue of joy came from. That is what's going to be your roadmap, your guiding light on how to get from A to B. From how to get from, I'll show it this way too, from A to B. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is going to grow over time. You also have the Magician. Cancer, you have amazing cards. I am so happy to see this for you. So yeah, I think money's going to be good, but it's going to come in slowly. It's going to trickle in. But something about this is in alignment with what you're really desiring. Important choices you need to make. It might be a test. Maybe Spirit is testing you. Is Cancer going to take the easy way out, or are they going to do what's in their heart? Are they going to do what they know is right? There's like a childlike innocence to this. There's a purity of the decisions that are being made. Something about, is it good for everyone involved? But also, I mean, and this is not a bad thing. Is it good for you? Is it wise for you to make this sort of decision? Is it in alignment with your heart? Are you putting good into the universe? Do you understand what I'm saying? All right, Cancer. So what is going on in your subconscious? Actually, yeah, we'll do subconscious. The Four of Cups, yeah. I'm not at all surprised to see this. Also, I love this depiction of the Four of Cups. It's so relatable, right? Like, who doesn't feel that way every now and then? It's boredom, right? It's complacency, and that's what I mean. You're trigger happy. There's something, because you're not satisfied with the pace at which this is going, you're bored or dissatisfied or thinking it's a tapped well, like there's no more joy coming out of this, and that's why this is coming up. That's why there's this desire, I should put it this way, to move on and do something to expedite the process, but there's consequence here. I just keep hearing that. For a very small few of you, this has to do with a relationship that has gone stale, and it's not necessarily bad. It's like with 4, you reach the comfort zone, the safety zone, you've plateaued. You're out of like the honeymoon phase of it, and yeah, so how I was saying some of you are tempted to go off and start something with a Fire King. I would be careful, because if you're involved in an earth sign, and again, it's not bad, you've just plateaued. It feels like you're wandering aimlessly and like at odds with each other. If there's any value in this, potentially with a Gemini, it doesn't have to be. If you're feeling like it's time to move on and you're interested in someone else, I would not do it in a shady way. I would be very upfront with your person. Again, childlike innocence. Protect their heart. Do what's good for them. Don't go off and like cheater shit. Liar, cheater, thief type stuff. Again, just word to the wise. You don't have to take any of this advice, but just presenting what's coming up in the cards here. Interesting. So I will say, if that does resonate in terms of a relationship, and I mean, this could be a relationship with your work, with your boss or whatever. Take only what resonates. There is some sort of wish fulfillment that rests behind going towards the King of Wands. Hold on. Okay, it's temptation. I keep getting that. I like to read these cards in high vibration when they present that way, but I did get that. So no shade if you're going after your own business or entrepreneur or this or that. That's cool. That seems good. Something about this seems like sexual temptation to me, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. There is the idea that in the moment, this is going to offer you your wish fulfillment. Maybe you're very passionate about this person. Maybe the sex is amazing. But I will say this, and I'm not even saying don't do this, but again, with consequence, there is truth to this. You have a huge, like, again, Saturn and Capricorn season are all about karma, learning difficult lessons. So some of you may go through this and you're going to take something away from learning, like, the consequence of your actions. And that's not bad, right? Then you move on with the lessons and you're good to go on the next thing, right? There's consequence here because you're going after this to achieve your wish fulfillment faster. And with that comes heartbreak, comes disappointment. Look at that 3 of Swords. That's a brutal depiction of it too. And it does have to do with, like, your heart space, right? And something about the rapid speed of fire, how I was saying you'll burn out too quick if you jump for this. If you look before you leap, if you're not looking where you're going, if you do something in haste to speed up, like this poor Knight of Pentacles, you're just not feeling it because it's like, it's taking forever. Just get on the damn horse. There's a desire to, again, speed up the process and go with, like, the King of Wands, a new job, a new boss, becoming your own boss. And again, that's fine, but there's something you're not seeing with clarity. You're not looking both ways before you cross the street. This turned into like a weird child lecture. You think there's wish fulfillment, but you're looking before you leap. You're going to get burned a little bit. And I'm not saying forever. It's the 3 of Swords. This isn't the 10 of Swords, right? There's some sort of karmic lesson or mistake in jumping too soon. And I say that because justice comes in. It rebalances the scales. There's some sort of fair judgment or ruling on the decision that was made. So again, you use your own intuition, but if there's a decision made in haste or in lower vibrational mindset, and I say mind because of the swords, justice will be served, okay? So, and I don't like to do fear-based readings, but this seems like a very prominent message because you guys are bored. There's something about this where you want it to go faster, you want it to be more fun, you want more sex, you want more desire, you want more money, probably money for a lot of you, right, with all these pentacles coming up. Don't rush the process. You don't go from the 2 of Pentacles to being the King of Wands. Both can represent money and career. It just doesn't happen that way, Cancer. Like this, and for most of you anyway, this isn't like a Cinderella story where overnight you hit the megabucks, right? And then you're off. This is indicating slowness with all the earth energy. This will happen over time. This will come in when it is due. When you put in the hard work and effort, the Knight of Pentacles will get it done. It's almost a guaranteed victory. And again, you had your own card. Where's my Cancer? You card of victory, right? Even if we remove the Cancer element from it. But he gets the job done because he is very practical about how he goes about it. He takes his time. He's not concerned so much about the timeline, just about the actual end goal of getting it done. He's walking, right? He could ride his horse, but there's a reason why he's walking, right? So trust in the universe that I do just keep wanting to say the timeline of this will happen when it is supposed to. And yeah, again, maybe you're being delayed so that you meet a person on a spiritual path that's in alignment with your wish and your goals and your destiny. And maybe it's a business partnership. Maybe it's a romantic partnership. I just keep wanting to say rushing into the arms of the King of Wands for refuge or salvation. Just be really careful with that, Cancer. Be real careful. Justice will be served if you make decisions in haste, okay? All right, so yeah, this is gonna be a long video. What's going on in your past? We'll take a quick peek. Interesting, Leo had this in their past too. If you had a karmic oh wow, and this is a card of Leo too. Excuse me. If you had a karmic partnership with a Leo, and they have this card too, a twin flame relationship, actually some of you may have already done this. If you rushed into the arms of a Leo, or I'll say a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and you thought it was your dream come true, you thought it was your wish, and it ended like this. I'm not necessarily predicting this because this could have happened in your past, right? Justice was served because, yeah, it kept you in a really cloudy headspace. Your thoughts were not, your thoughts were false. Something about false beliefs, a mental prison of sorts. Especially if it was a karmic relationship with, it doesn't have to be a Leo, but somebody who you thought their cup matched yours, but it ended up being something like this. Again, liar, cheater, thief, or someone who's just up to no good, kind of who wasn't forthcoming with the truth, who wasn't looking where they were going. That in itself was an important lesson for some of you. And I think that actually taught you about the speed at which you rush into things, whether it's relationships or new jobs or, you know, fill in the blank. Doing things in haste ironically, that's really not the Cancerian way. Cancers tend to approach with caution, right? In your crab shell, and if you sense danger, you know, you hide in the crab shell, right? That's what you guys do, and I mean, that's adorable, right? That's cute. And so I'm not saying don't take risks. Again, you're driving the chariot. The power rests with you, but some of you had clouded judgment because you saw someone having success faster than you, and I do think it had to do with a fire sign. There was something alluring and intoxicating and creative and passionate and sexy about, if it wasn't a person, an opportunity, and you leaped for it, right? But it didn't end up working out in the way you had thought. I don't know why this is coming up. If I don't know, that may exist both in your subconscious and in your past, because if you've been burned before, there is a temptation to try something new, but then you also are like self-restraining because you know, it's like you know better, Cancer. You know your intuition is guiding you to, I do want to say the safe route. I'm sorry, nobody likes to hear that, but something pure and innocent. This page isn't going to rush into something. He's still learning about how he feels. He's still wrapping his head around the idea. And I only bring up the karmic thing with Leo because you were so prevalent in their reading that I just did, and their reading was heavy. So if you cross-watch on that, it may end up being a message for you. Not for everyone, just saying. Yeah, I think in the past you made a poor decision. You made a poor assessment. Abandoning something entirely that you had already worked tremendously hard on, or again, just doing something in haste because you want the crops to grow faster, right? That's all a metaphor for something, because you want the relationship to be commitment and marriage and rings and babies immediately, you know, whatever it is for you. You're locking yourself up in this mental prison because there's a way you think it has to happen, or some sort of false beliefs that are clouding your judgment. That's coming in your past. So make sure whatever you've gone through in your past, if you relate to this, make sure you've learned the karmic lessons, right? So that you can come out on top and take the information and knowledge that you have learned and move on peacefully, right? You go from rocky waters to calm shores, to new shorelines, to, you know, brighter days ahead. Learning difficult lessons is going to be crucial in order for you to essentially like attain all your hopes and dreams. Whatever it is that you want, make sure you're reflecting on the past to make sure you're honoring the lessons and the difficult situations you've gone through. You went through them for a reason, so don't just brush them out the window, right? Don't disregard the consequence that you've already had to serve up, right? There is something about like, yeah, karmic lessons, making poor decisions and then paying for it. Ouch, particularly in relationships. Ooh, this feels awful, Cancer. You got tricked by a fire king. It doesn't have to be a male or female, right? It could be either, but you got tricked by a fire king. That's what I'm getting for a lot of you. Yeah, let's do your goals. Page of Wands. All right, so another page. Adventure, fun, learning, growth. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but it's all about exploration, excitement. What brings us passion and joy? Something in creativity, the arts, traveling. Clarify it. Moving on, right? Starting fresh. And that's what I think it is. I think some of you guys want to scrap the current idea, or again, just expedite it, escalate the time, or not escalate, but yeah, expedite the timeline because it's not moving fast enough. Some of you, yeah, the idea of a twin flame between a water sign and a fire sign, or having children, like literal twins with the Two of Pentacles. Some of you may be having trouble conceiving. Yeah, you want to move on from some sort of situation that's giving you anxiety, even depression, something that it's not allowing you to rest or sleep peacefully at night. You're trying to solve some problem or come to some sort of solution, and it's weighing heavily on you. It's weighing heavily on your mind. You're not happy. You're wanting to move on from this with like childlike innocence. So I keep hearing like a clean slate, a fresh page to go off, and maybe some of you want to travel. Maybe some of you want to move to a different location, a different city, take your business elsewhere, go on a vacation with your significant other. You want to forget somebody in the past who didn't treat you well. And not have to carry around like the burdens of those emotions of that kind of like toxic relationship. I think you want to present as attractive and appealing. And yeah, as for some of you, it's like getting yourself back out on the dating game. Get your hair did, put on the clothes that make you feel good. Yeah, both. Travel and dating. That's what I'm getting in your goals. Travel and dating. And what is in your heart space, if it doesn't have to do with romance and in partnership, moving towards what you love. Adventure. Adventure, doing something because you're bored, right? That's what's going on in your subconscious with it. And I don't even think it's in your subconscious, to be honest. I think a lot of you are aware of this. You're like, new year, new me. And yet you're just kind of like, oh dear. Like it feels underwhelming. I just love this card. I just think it's so great. It makes me laugh. I just think it's funny. Yeah, Cancer, you're looking for excitement. He's the explorer, right? Like he's traveling through Egypt and the pyramids, and like some of you absolutely want to travel and go where your heart is calling you to go. But financially, I'm getting some of you aren't able to do it at this point. Or there is still some sort of mental baggage. And I do want to say it's from the past. Something that you haven't completely closed out the cycle, but damn, you're close. You got the 8, then to the 9, then the 10. We're done with it. Something that didn't end the way you wanted it to, potentially a karmic relationship with a fire sign, doesn't have to be. You learned something from it, so rather than it's like riddling your brain on how to try to get it to work or just not letting it die out the way it is supposed to, instead it's I said the same thing to Leo. It's changing your perspective on how you view yourself because of why you went through this and the way you went through it. It's using these as, I heard the word ammunition, but it's using it as ammo to like throttle you forward on your next journey. All this like bullshit you went through with a person or with a job or some difficult situation, those lessons are going to serve you as you travel the world, right? As you go on to your next adventure, even if it's not literal travel, it's moving on to something new. It's turning the page and starting the next chapter. And you want your heart to be happy, right? Obviously, everybody does. So yeah, I mean, your goals are, I think, are to mend wounds that still haven't quite healed, that haven't quite closed up. You're close, Cancer. Keep doing the healing work on your heart. And also, I take this to mean keep putting your love and creativity out into the world, because that's significant. That helps people. That helps others around you. And I do tend to get stories for you that have to do with, the light worker and the motherly, maternal, like caring energy, because that is so, you are the mother of the zodiac, Cancer. That is so within you. And so, yeah, if you're bored, this is almost saying to me, instead of just completely turning within, also go without. Like, is there something you can do to mix up your life, to spice it up? Can you give back to the community? Can you make someone else's life special? Can you, I don't know, work with children? Putting out your cup to make the world happy, right? That in itself, something about that may open some sort of avenue that ends up expediting this. It may end up helping you, ooh, interesting, change direction. It may open you up to some sort of opportunity or meet a person that is in alignment with your wishes and dreams. Again, a card of motherhood, maternal energy. You're working your way towards this. You are the master manifester, Cancer. It exists within you. All the tools are on your table. You are the magician. You are magic. But you can only manifest at a pace in which you're... Sorry, I want to be careful how I phrase this. You can only manifest at a rate at which you are able to maintain. Again, how we were saying, there was this idea of, I could go for it now and look before I leap, but then potentially some of you got burned. It's like you were, again, speed up the process. You weren't manifesting at a rate you could actually keep up with. The pace of it would not have worked. Again, this was, if you went through this, it was karmic. It was justice. It was a lesson you needed to learn in your path that will serve you as you move towards your heart's desire. You have so many good cards, I can't even like hold them up, Cancer. All right, what's coming in the near future for Cancer? The High Priestess, going within, listening to your intuition, trusting yourself. Again, another one of your cards. Where's my Chariot? Too many cards, I lost it. There it is. 2 of your cards are coming up in your spread. I love seeing that. So again, the dark and the light, these cards are very similar in balancing your internal energy. Don't leap before you look. Make sure you're doing things. This is a card of like refraining for me. She's silent. She channels messages from spirit. She's not a woman of action, right? She sits and intuitively knows. There's like a deep well of emotion here. Something about silence or secret. Something about, it has to do with manifesting to your plan of attack. And I don't, that sounds evil. I don't mean it to be the next way you're going to do this, because clearly this isn't moving at a pace at which you want it to. I'm just getting, don't abandon it entirely. Sit and think about it. Spend some time with yourself in nature, with your ideas, with like a dream journal, a thought journal about like a different direction you could take. Some of you, I keep hearing course correct. You may have gone down a path and it didn't quite work out the way you wanted it to, but it is ultimately leading you in the right direction because there was knowledge to be gained here. There was insight. Your surroundings, your environment are informing you on where to go next. And for some of you, I just have to call it like I see it. These cards like will not separate no matter where I put them on the table. Some of you are moving towards some sort of relationship, and I do want to say romantic. And Cancer, you know me, I'm not a hype man. I don't like to be like the man of your dreams is coming and all that. But it seems like you went through like a very heavy karmic relationship, and maybe this person you're going to meet on your path, while I do think it's romantic for some of you, they're going to be a key player in helping you to get this business to grow, or if it is a relationship that stands the test of time. Potentially an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And Capricorn is your divine pairing. It could also be a Gemini. Some of you may have very strong Gemini in your chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius are earth signs, but I'm really not picking up on that, just to be very honest. Possibly a Gemini, some of you, yeah, Gemini, Cancer, Cuspers, and I will say maybe a Pisces, maybe. That's sort of just what I'm getting there. If you're looking for romantic partnership, again, let it happen organically, but also put your cup out there. Because if you're at home just, I don't know, crunching numbers on your business, and if your cup isn't out for the world to see, if you're not out spreading your joy and love and creativity, you're not going to get any bites on the line. So make sure you're being social. If you're bored, go out to the movies, take yourself on a date. You might meet somebody there, right? Do something that makes you happy. Do something that is in alignment with your happiness and joy in your heart, because that's where you're going to meet people who have, similarities and like good vibes. Cancer, oh my goodness, these videos are always long. I want to clarify this High Priestess though, because I feel like I didn't do you guys justice. Didn't do you guys justice. Puns, we love them. Why is this High Priestess showing up? Oh, you may be meeting a Cancer too. Okay. Or something with your mother. If those, those who have good relationships with the mother, or those who are trying to get pregnant, very possible. Cycles, the moon, some menstruation I just heard. Yeah, some of you might be getting pregnant if you're looking to do that. Spending time with your mom, getting advice or wisdom from your mom. Yeah, the stork. Yeah, it's not for everyone, but for some of you who are trying to get pregnant and conceive, yeah, that might be coming in for a bunch of you. And the Sun, happiness. Yeah, thinking about what your wish fulfillment is. If you don't know, then it's time to start like putting pen to paper and envisioning that happy future. What does it look like? Because I think this did some damage on you. You thought you knew what you wanted, and then, I'm not saying you were proven wrong, but it made you go back to the drawing board a little bit of, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done this, and, why did I do this, and where were my mistakes? Again, not mistakes, lessons. When you take those lessons to new shores, make sure you're applying them in your life, and with those lessons, you can map out what it is that you truly want and desire that's going to bring you happiness. That's the sun, right? And sun does make me think of Leo, so again, just another plug in there for learning karmic lessons. Final advice or guidance for Cancer. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, so you have the Juggler twice. Same card, different deck. And that's sort of what I mean. A tangible decision about the speed at which you can do this. You can walk. You can do it the difficult way, the laborious way, the intensive way, the way you probably don't want to do it. Or you can do it, like a bat out of hell, flying by night type operation. But what is your intuition telling you? Page of Pentacles, be the student of the seed. It's almost like grow with the seed, grow with the business, grow with the relationship. Don't make decisions in haste. You have the 7 of Pentacles again. Is it worth it? Am I going to get this little seedling to grow, right? To sprout a few leaves? What if you were to abandon this entirely and just, I don't know, something about the metaphor here. This night is supposed to continue to grow these seeds. If it's not growing in the current environment, can you take it to new lands, right? You have cards of travel. You have a lot of cards of travel. Just got to put a plug in for that. If it's not growing, do you want to take it to new lands? Like some of you, I'm just getting, you want to abandon it entirely. You're giving up hope. There's like a loss of faith that this could ever be. This is the bottom of your deck here, though. This little seedling has potential to grow into a tree. Stability. To nourish you for life, right? Legacy, long-term, generational, inheritance, kids, grandkids. This is something you grow over time, over decades, right? It's not going to be a miracle overnight. It's just, literally, it's not in the cards. That's just not what I'm seeing. But if you were to nourish this and care for it, and bring the fun back to it, again, insert your creativity and your passion and your love of life regarding this project or this relationship or endeavor, it could stand the test of time. It absolutely could. Some of you are going to be getting some sort of important document or letter in the mail. And it may involve some sort of like bill or something that you owe or need to pay. And that's going to frustrate you. That's going to contribute to this. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's something about a karmic lesson. It may have to do with, I don't know if it's the King of Wands or if it may have to do with some sort of relationship that was cut. I don't know if that would be a letter in the mail, but yeah, I'm getting like postal mail. Yeah, okay, I don't know. Something about somebody who wasn't ready to commit before. You may hear from them, somebody who cut it. Or somebody who's like found Jesus or found spirit or religion. Someone who's like a spiritual awakening type stuff. Or maybe you're joining some community and that's like an official welcome letter to the church, yeah, there's a couple things coming through with that. Final advice or guidance for Cancer. Final advice or guidance for Cancer. Your emotions are directly tied to your decisions. Remember that, right? So if you make a decision in haste, just make sure you're willing to deal with the consequence of your actions and the emotions that will come with it. Determination. Don't be afraid of the rising tide. It will soon recede. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you get some sort of letter that you owe more money or just boredom, emotions come and go. Like they forever, like the changing of the tides, the cycles of the moon. Emotions will come and go. That's what's depicted in this. Determination. Don't be afraid of the rising tide. It will soon recede. Sorry. Opportunities will come and go, but if it's meant to be yours, it will be. As long as you're being true to your heart, Cancer. One more card for Cancer. Safety. Don't be too proud to go back to shore. Try again. Yeah. If you're dissatisfied with the results of something you manifested, if it's not what you wanted, go back to the drawing board, right? Spend time in silence with yourself, channeling messages from spirit, yoga, meditation, dream journaling, to try it again, right? Because yeah, something that you thought wasn't possible may actually be possible. An idea may be able to be conceived in all its glory, the way you wanted it to be, in alignment with your heart. All right, Cancer, that's what I got for you. We always have the long videos. Please like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I will see you very soon for more tarot.